This is Eric Pfeiffer with CQPolitics.com. On a day when Democrats remain nearly divided over which candidate would best represent their party in the 2008 presidential election, more than 2,000 of those progressive activists have gathered here in Washington, D.C. for the Take Back America conference, where they are organizing, discussing, and oftentimes debating which issues and strategies will best help them retake the White House next year and build on their congressional majorities. Activists have traditionally played an important role for both parties in both congressional and presidential elections. But now online activists are finding themselves in a much more prominent and important role in the 2008 campaign. So we attended a panel of 5 of the more influential progressive bloggers to listen to them discuss and sometimes debate what they thought would be the larger issues facing the netroots community heading into the general election.
How do grassroots activists get involved, to presidential politics, to media reform, to battling hate mongers? All of those things, at least for political junkies, are somewhat exciting.
During the hour-long panel discussion, there was a debate over the role of partisanship in the blogosphere. Specifically, do Democrats benefit from being more partisan during an election season when the issues tend to favor their candidates? Or should they aim to be more above the fray and appeal to a larger, more moderate electorate?
Unlike 2004, when the medium was just embryonic in its early stages, there isn't a consensus. So I think the debate has been much more vibrant among activists. And there's not just questions of partisanship, but questions of personality. Because ultimately, I think most people would agree that on a number of issues, the candidates are incredibly similar.
And while it's clear these issues resonate with bloggers and their readers, there's no doubt that what really got the panel worked up was a discussion about the media itself. Are bloggers reporters, or are they activists, or do they serve as some role in between? And specifically, what role do they play in counteracting what they see as a sometimes biased media, or at the very least one that doesn't pay enough time and attention to what they consider substantive issues?
There's one thing that Obama, Clinton, and McCain supporters all agree on. The media sucks. What are we learning, because you write about this a lot, Heather, in effective ways to pressure the media to be more factual, transparent, and fair, and less superficial, melodramatic, sexist, racist, and elitist?
Obviously, the blogosphere, has had a few successes over the last few years. We're getting better at it. But really, it's one of the main reasons why I think the blogosphere came to pass. It was a frustration with the mainstream media and how to influence it to become, more responsive, and it's not just simply a case of wishing that that they reflected our candidates' issues better or were fairer. I mean, it's truly a sort of an institutional vision that we have of trying to get the media to be more responsive in general.
And that just about wraps it up for us. After the panel, we conducted some more in-depth interviews with the panelists. If you'd like to check those out, go to my blog, Eric Pfeiffer's Ground Game, at CQPolitics.com.